Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Benny Hennar and I'm pursuing my first year of engineering in Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering, Bengaluru of branch CSE Cybersecurity. So today guys, regarding the subject mathematics, we shall discuss about the topic called analysis of probabilistic models. So let's get started. So coming to the introduction part, a probabilistic model is a mathematical representation of uncertain knowledge. It provides a framework for understanding and reasoning about uncertainty. These models are widely used in a machine learning, artificial intelligence, and various other fields. So coming to the first type, Bayesian networks. Bayesian networks are also known as a belief networks or Bayesian belief networks are probabilistic graphical models that represent a set of variables and their probabilistic dependencies in a direct acyclic graph. These networks are widely used in various fields such as machine learning, artificial intelligence, and statistics for reasoning under uncertainty. The nodes in Bayesian network represent random variables and the edges between nodes denote the probabilistic dependencies between them. Each node is associated with a conditional probability distribution that qualifies the probability of the node given in its parent nodes in the graph. So we shall know so let us understand with the Bayesian networks example. Bayesian network example representing the relationship between weather conditions, whether someone carries an umbrella and whether they arrive at work dry or wet. So by taking the three random variables such as weather, umbrella, and whether the condition at work, arrival condition at work. So let us take a person is going out and whether the weather is sunny or rainy and whether he is taking an umbrella or not and whether he is reaching the workplace dry or wet. So the example over here is weather, first variable, the first variable and the umbrella. Over here we can see the relationship. Only by seeing the weather condition he can take the umbrella and everything depends on one another. In this Bayesian network, the other variable depends on the next one and the other umbrella will decide the condition of the next variable. Now if the weather is good, he may take the umbrella or not. So like that we So coming to the examples of Bayesian networks, the direction of the arrows indicates the probabilistic dependencies between the variables in this network. Weather influences whether someone decides to take an umbrella. Whether someone takes umbrella influences whether they arrive at the work dry or wet. As I said before, it depends. Every probability of the next variable depends on the previous thing. So each node in the network is associated with a conditional probability table that specifies the probability distribution of node given its parent node. As we can see over here, the weather is the first variable where we are taking umbrella, yes or no. The condition is yes or no. So the probabilities can be explained in such way. So the next thing is that the table shows the probabilities of carrying umbrella given weather conditions. Similar to arrival at work might look like this. If it is yes, the probability of dry is more. And if it is no, the probability of dry is very less. As we can see, they will get wet. So wet is more of probability. And for yes of having umbrella, there's no need of tripping in rain. So let us go to the next type, that is Markov model. A Markov model named after the Russian mathematician Andrei Markov is a stochastic model used to represent sequences of events where the probability of each event depends only on the state attained in the previous event. In essence, it's memoryless system where future states depend solely on the present state, not on the sequence of the events that preceded it. So here we can see the key points. State transition. A Markov model consists of a set of states and probabilities of governing transition between these states. The transition from one state to another state is determined by the transition probabilities. Memorylessness. Markov models exhibit memoryless property, meaning the future state of the system depends only on the current state and not on the sequence of events that led to it. And the third, Markov chains. Markov models are often represented using the Markov chains, which are mathematical structures that describe a sequence of possible events in which the probability of each event depends only on that date in the previous event. Markov chains can be discrete time or continuous time, infinite, finite or infinite. Applications of Markov in various fields including finance, like example stock market modeling, telecommunications like modeling packet switch networks, natural language processing, parts of speech tagging and etc. And biology like modeling gene sequences. Higher order of Markov models. While traditional Markov models consider transition based on the current state only higher order. Markov models take into account multiple previous states to determine the probability of the next state. These models can capture more complex dependencies but may require more data and computational resources. For overall, Markov models provide a powerful framework for modeling stochastic process and with memoryless properties, making them valuable tools in various domains for analyzing the predicting sequential data. So, looking at the example, we can say that let us consider an example like discrete time Markov chain representing the weather in a city can be either sunny, cloudy, or rainy. The transition between weather states depends only on the current weather. That is called Marcos hood, as we all read. It is a memoryless. Why? Because it is doesn't depend on the future thing. The only the future variable, or we can say the state, only depends on the current state. Now, as we can see over here, that can be either sunny, cloudy, or the transition between weather states depend only on current weather. Here's a transition matrix, the probability of sunny, cloudy, and rainy. If it is cloudy, obviously we have to, if it is cloudy, so we can easily guess that it's going to be rainy for the next state. And if it is not cloudy or if it is only sunny, we can just, the probability of cloudy is, we can just guess. That is called Markov model. So coming to the applications of probabilistic models, the first one is medical diagnosis, using patient symptoms and test results to predict the diseases. So using the, as we said, using the first variable, we can also predict the next one. And the second is natural language processing, understanding and generating human language with uncertainty, and also robotics and autonomous systems enabling decision making under uncertainty, which is use of AI and technology for the generation by probabilistic models. And the next is common challenges are the main problems like data quality. So sometimes if we need perfect data to control any for the perfect probability, we need good data and model complexity with high dimensional and complex relations may have some disturbance in the probability. Also interpretable outputs, ensuring transparency and understanding model predictions like more of the unpredictable outputs like outputs which can't be understandable. So such kind of problems also can be seen. Computational resources, managing the computational demands probabilistic model. Next is comparison modeling like technique. For example, if we take the Bayesian networks, strength handle certainty, uncertainty, weakness, complexity for large networks. So Bayesian is always used for a small things and handle uncertainty and also the proper and it can give you a proper probability and complexity for large networks. It cannot be worked Markov models are memoryless property. As I said, we cannot predict the next one without the present one. So not suitable for all processes. It is very common. It's not even common. It's very rare. And the third one is very Gaussian. We didn't explain about that. So we will try to check in our next session. The case studies using probabilistic models are financial risk assessment using Bayesian networks to model and predict market volatility, applying collaborative filtering based on probabilistic model recommendation system, weather forecasting for utilizing Markov models for short-term weather predictions. So all such are those other applications of these models. And at last, we can see there are more of impact of probabilistic models continue to revolutionize data-driven decision making across industries. Research focus enhancing interpretability and scalability of probabilistic models. Integration increase the integration of probabilistic model with real-time systems. Ethical consideration addressing ethical implications of probabilistic model outputs. So these are the more future directions things where we can use for research focus and ethical purpose and integration purpose. So these are the many future purposes. So at last we have come to the end of this topic. Guys, if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.